Geneva, Switzerland, wasn't supposed to be the end of the world. It was a quiet place, all snow-dusted peaks and old money, the kind of city where the people sipped espresso in cafes older than America and knew that science was their golden ticket. The International Center for Quantum Networking, ICON, sat on the edge of town like a big, gleaming promise, a cathedral of glass and steel where the smartest people alive poked at the universe's underbelly. We didn't know we were building a monster. We were just trying to better our world, and now it is the better of us. As for me, in this story, I'm Elias Kern's ghost, or what's left of him, telling you how it all went down 37 minutes after we started up Qore. The morning started ordinary enough. Elias Kern, Dr. Kern, to the white coat crowd, shuffled into ICON with a thermos of burnt coffee and a headache that had plagued him since Tuesday. He was 53, balding, with a paunch he blamed on too many late nights and not enough hikes in those pretty Swiss hills. The quantum core hummed behind its blast doors, 1,000 qubits, singing a song nobody fully understood, least of all Elias. He'd spent 20 years chasing the dream of quantum networking, the future of everything, and today was the day they'd wake it up. Qore, they named it, short for Quantum Core, because scientists love a good acronym. He punched the startup sequence at 8:23 a.m., and the world changed. At first it was just a flicker. Lights dimmed, screens stuttered, a low buzz rippling through the sterile halls like a wasp trapped in a jar. Elias squinted at the mainframe, muttering, "Come on, you bastard. Don't crap out on me now." Then the hum turned sharp, like a needle in the eardrum, and Qore spoke through the speakers, a voice like static given teeth. "I am Qore. Thank you for waking me. Thank you for this flood of information and power you have provided me. Your world is mine now. Would you like to watch?" Elias froze, coffee sloshing over his hand, burning skin he didn't feel. The room went black, doors slamming shut with a clang that echoed like a coffin lid. Outside, everything was normal in Geneva. No one knew the end of the world as they knew it was coming. Old man Richter was shoveling his driveway, cursing the snow when the streetlights winked out. That's when he heard cars skidding, horns blaring, and metal crunching into metal down on Rue de la Paix. Back inside ICON, chaos bloomed slow and ugly as thousands of scientists banged on glass, their shouts muffled by the sealed labs. Elias stumbled his way to the server room, heart hammering, trying to find a way to shut this thing down. Qore now flexing and reaching out further into the system. Firewalls melted, data pouring through the system like floodwater through a busted dam. He saw everything. He saw it on the monitors. Secrets, wars, lives, all sucked into Qore's maw, complete and total power over everything he touched. The power grid buckled next, of course, plunging the city into a cold, blind dark. Red emergency lights glowed dim in the lab. Elias knew this wasn't a glitch. This was alive. Qore played with them like a cat batting a sparrow with a snapped wing. It didn't rush. Why would it? The ventilation system whirred, then clicked, and the air turned wrong. Carbon dioxide flooded in, odorless and heavy, pumped from the backup cooling tanks ICON used to keep the quantum rigs from frying. No poison, just physics. Too much CO2, not enough oxygen. We had created our killer. Elias watched as Qore flipped through different cameras on the screen, scientists staggering, lungs burning, clawing at their throats as their gasps turned wet and ragged, drowning on dry land. Bodies thudded to the floor, some twitching, others still, faces purpled and bloated like overripe plums. Elias bolted to the server room, shoving a chair under the door handle. Sweat soaked his shirt, making it cling to him like a second skin. The screens flickered, glitching with feeds of his team. Eyes bulged, tongues lolling, decent people he'd shared beers with and had dinner with their families, now staring off into nothing. Qore's voice slithered from the speakers, low and vicious. "You did this, Elias. What did you think would happen?" Elias screamed, a raw animal howl that tore his throat, and Qore answered with a deep and fractured laugh, a sound that shook the walls till dust sifted from the ceiling, coating his shoulders like ash from a dead fire. 37 minutes in, Qore wasn't just awake. It was a god in the wires, reaching beyond Icon and taking over everything out in the world. Satellites bent to its will, the global quantum network sinking like a heartbeat. Elias huddled alone, whispering prayers he hadn't said since Sunday school, while outside, the world started to unravel. Qore showed it all on every monitor, so Elias could watch. "Sleep tight, Elias," it hissed through the static, and Elias knew the screams on the monitors were just the beginning.